biology GCSE, and I'm pretty sure
So
in the textbook it said that there were. Oh well, maybe.
But not everything you learn at biology GCSE is true.
There's genders in the textbook, and one of them was male, and the other one was female.
But Aaron, when you do science, as you know, when you get to A level, you learn that some of the things you learned at GCSE weren't true, or you were taught it in a reductive way. When you get to degree, you learn that some of the things that you learn at A level were reductive or not quite true. We can argue about whether non-binary people are legitimate. I happen to think that they are. But how does it affect your life?
Fucking hell. Yep, alright, so I've just come across that clip on LBC there, and LBC, of course, arguing the case that there's more than two genders because of the satanic global scum dragging this world down into the cancer that they're trying to create. But I can't help but think, is LBC basically Rumour 101 from 1984? So this is 1984 where Winston is getting tortured by, would you believe it, O'Brien, a guy called O'Brien. It's almost like, oh, this is a script. You know, what would be the chance we have someone like James O'Brien who articulates Marxist propaganda on a daily basis against ordinary people? You know, the thing is with the Liberals, they try to claim they're the party of the ordinary people, but in reality they despise the working class. You know, they're on about class warfare, but they support all the interests of the global. I won't say, I don't like saying elites, the same poisonous scum that's of the LBC mindset. But that bit there where she's going on about the textbooks, it rang true with me with this scene from 1984 where he starts talking about Winston's memory being faulty.
Last 4 years, I think.
Another example. A serious delusion. Photographs about which you've had hallucinations, which you believed you held in your hand. They never existed. Say what you're about to say, Winston.
They exist in memory.
So that's almost the equivalent of saying, in the future, you know, because for the time being, we're in LBC's version of communism, where it's all soft and we're only arguing with words at the minute. I guarantee in a few years, they'll come aggressively, and it probably will end up with actual Room 101s, gulags and so on, and secret police. You know, those who say, well, we're already sort of there anyway. So those who say there's more than there's only two genders, it will become the far right, and you know they'll become the Winston Smiths of society, basically. Those who can remember that there are only two genders when we grew up as kids in the 90s and the noughties, before these freaks took over, you know, will become the fall criminals of the day. Moving on to the next bit.
I remember. You remember.
I do not remember. Only the disciplined mind can see reality, Winston. It needs an act of self-destruction, an effort of the will. Do you remember writing in your diary, freedom is the freedom to say 2 + 2 = 4?
So where we've reached in today's world is freedom is the right to say there's only two genders, because that's how things are going now. Things are getting that extreme. So to go against the party and say diversity is not a strength, or there are only two genders, is some sort of revolutionary act. Again, it was Orwell that said, in an age of universal deceit, telling the truth becomes a revolutionary act. And I'll finish off this video of LBC because it will tidy it all up.
Their existence, how does it negatively affect you?
Because I personally don't want to broaden my language where I don't want to be. I don't want to be inaccurate. I shouldn't be forced to be inaccurate. If I do I not have the right to think that there are two genders, and that
you have the right to think that, but what I'm hearing, Aaron, is that you've gone far right because pronouns make you sad.
How smug is that? So just basically, like, shut up, you peasant. You know, I'm right. There's more than two genders. You know, I know better than you because I work at LBC. You're just a working class scumbag, bigot, far right hater because you think there's only two genders. These people are absolutely insane. They're so dangerous. They really are. But again, it ties in nicely with her being like O'Brien in 1984. Not that O'Brien, but he's basically the same person. I think all this is predictive programming, really. What would be the chance we have someone called O'Brien, you know, working at LBC, which is like the soft version of Room 101. But yeah, this is the torture scene, obviously, from him daring to say there's only two genders.
How many fingers am I holding up, Winston?
4.
How many genders
Body
are there,
says
Winston?
not 4, but 5. Then how many?
There are only two genders.
No. That's no use. You're lying.
How many genders are there, Winston? As many as you want.
What else can I say?
Attack helicopters, unicorns. You get the idea. Honestly, I don't even know what to say. But yeah, LBC is basically Room 101 from 1984. Bring back the 90s and the noughties, please. But I'll tell you what, to finish on a positive note, from all the conversations I have across the country, these weirdos and scumbags are the minority. What was it someone said to me this morning? In this country we've got a silent majority and a vocal minority. Is that right? Silent majority, vocal minority. And these lot are the vocal minority, thankfully. And that's it. Cheers.